Welcome to Tangle Tower. This is a detective-themed point-and-click adventure game in which you are investigating a mysterious mansion known as Tangle Tower. Now, why exactly did you choose to travel all the way to this bizarre mansion in the first place? Well, someone got viciously murdered in this mansion, and we have to figure out who the culprit was. The only issue is that we don't really have too much of a lead at the moment, and the only suspect we've been able to identify so far is not even a real person. They're literally a painting. So that obviously complicates things a little bit. So I know that there's a bunch of characters that you can talk to in this game, and you can basically press them on what exactly they know about the murder, or if they know anything about it. And the ultimate objective here is to figure out who the suspect truly is, while also uncovering the mysteries behind the mansion itself. So Tangle Tower is not a new game. It's actually been out for several years now. This game originally came out in 2019, not 2023. Don't be deceived by the game's title screen, because that copyright date is not accurate. The game was last updated in 2023, but the game itself came out like 4 years prior to its last update. This game did receive critical acclaim when it initially launched, and I'm given to understand that this was one of the more noteworthy indie releases of 2019, and by noteworthy, I mean like one of the more critically acclaimed titles to come out that year. Looking at the game's store page on Steam, it seems to have already won a couple of industry awards as well. The game already has almost 5,000 user reviews on Steam, and the user score is 95%, so a lot of the people who played it seem to love it too. I was also really surprised to find out that this game was developed by the same people who made Crow Country. I actually did not know that before. That's another game I have to try and cover on the channel at some point in the future. I don't know, maybe around Halloween sometime? We'll see. I'm also given to understand that Tangle Tower is meant to be a spiritual successor of sorts to one of SFB's much older titles, that being Detective Grimoire, which was another detective-themed point-and-click adventure game that originally came out way back in 2014, and I believe the protagonist of Detective Grimoire is actually the exact same protagonist of Tangle Tower. I'm pretty sure it's the same character, but obviously they look a little bit different in this particular game, given that Tangle Tower is kind of going for a much more cartoonish-looking art style than Detective Grimoire was. Also, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention here before I finally quit yapping and get into the friggin' game, there is a sequel of sorts to Tangle Tower that is currently in development called The Mermaid Mask. There is a demo for The Mermaid Mask that has been available for a little while now, but the full game still has not come out yet, and I believe it was originally supposed to come out sometime last year, but I'm guessing that it's been delayed because, according to the store page on Steam for The Mermaid Mask, it still says that the game is coming soon. So I don't know what could be going on there. I don't know if maybe the game got delayed or something. I mean, it could have possibly been delayed due to the work that SFB were doing on Crow Country. That's a possibility. Perhaps they delayed The Mermaid Mask so that they could finish working on Crow Country first. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to check out the demo for The Mermaid Mask at any point, but I don't know, it's a possibility. Like I always say, I may or may not do certain things. More often than not, I just end up doing them anyway, so you just never really know with me sometimes. I never really know with myself sometimes, but anyway, I want to actually start the game here. I want to get into this little adventure. I'm going to play this for a little while. Not sure how long I'm going to be playing it for, but by the way, this game is fully voice acted, and I'm going to try to shut the hell up during the voice acting cutscenes, or the cutscenes that contain voice acting, that's what I meant to say. I'm given to understand that this game does have some pretty high production value as well, despite being like a relatively small indie title, so yeah, let's just get on with the plot here. Create a new file. Indeed. The beginning. Oh, that doesn't actually start it. I have to click it again. There we go. Tangle Tower. Mid-afternoon. Which is also around the same time that I'm recording this video. It's currently 4 o'clock right now. Lake's Edge. Okay, it's telling me to click on this lady right here.
You ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
All right, well we're gonna read a case file here, okay? We already have a case file. Murder victim Freya Fellow, 19, dead whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58. Location Flora's Tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. Ooh, okay. Lying on her back. Alright, and then we have Tangle Tower itself. A small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It's surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. I wonder if that's a reference to the fact that this is basically like a point-and-click game. The Pointer family? I don't know. That just seems a little too on the nose for me. Okay, this is Freya. Freya Fellow. Okay, so this is who was murdered. This was the victim. Okay, so these are all the notes that we wrote down. How was Freya killed? Well, it kind of sounds to me like she was stabbed to death, but only a single stab wound? Huh, okay, only one. I wonder if that might be important for something. Like, that might be important for me to remember, to keep in the back of my head for now. For the back of my mind. Okay, so this is like a map of the mansion here. Can we move on to the lake's edge? Like, into the mansion, I mean? No, we're already at the lake's edge. What am I talking about? The gardens. Man, I'm already loving the art style here. I will at least say that. And also this music as well. Okay, I don't think we have any new notes right now. What is this egg?
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
Very astute observation. Okay, what about this,
What animal is that?
Yeah, this other statue?
Hawk. Bear. Lizard.
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard.
Some sort of weird chimera? I suppose? What about the frog playing a harp? I definitely like the vibe that he's giving off. Let's inspect him.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster.
Playing a harp.
Playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Oh, look closer or leave it alone. Look closer?
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
It doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet. Well, can I at least mess around with, whatever these things are? Like the little, I guess, stone carvings right here. Looks like there's hieroglyphics on them. Yeah, I can rotate them. Okay, I'm not sure what all these symbols are meant to represent, though. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet.
Come back later.
Alright, we'll come back later then, for that.
It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Oh, we appear to have another clue, actually. Okay, we wrote down a note for the harp statue. An old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Oh, well, or maybe it's a toad. I don't know. It's an amphibian of some sort. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. We gotta try and figure out what these symbols mean. They look like hieroglyphics to me. Anything else we can inspect here?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
It's just some big creature opening its gaping maw. I mean, I don't know. Is there something inside of its mouth? Can we go in its mouth, or...
Spooky.
Okay, no, they're just saying the same thing. Okay, what about the pond itself?
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
Oh?
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
A cassette tape? Damaged tape. The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. So, yeah, okay, we can't... So there used to be something written on this. It's been water damaged, though. And the ink has kind of been... It's been smudged to the point where you can't read it any longer. We're gonna try and figure out what all these items are for. Like, what the significance of these items is eventually. Harp statue, damaged tape. Okay, so this almost acts like my inventory. This is all of the items that I've managed to collect so far, or I've managed to discover. What else? What about this? This.
It's a bandstand.
Yeah, the bandstand.
It's small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Fair enough. Is it possible to leave this place now? Because I don't know what else I could investigate. I don't know. The mushrooms?
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
I mean, I just see some mushrooms right here. I don't really see anything out of the ordinary with the plants in particular.
It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
It's not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
God, this banter, though. This banter. I'm definitely liking the personalities of these characters so far. Okay, what about this other tower in the distance?
That must be Tangle Tower.
Yeah, so is there... Okay, so we're not actually inside the tower yet. We're in the gardens, leading towards the tower. I understand. Okay, can we still move on? Okay, yeah, it seems like we can. What is this light bulb? We should head up to the crime scene that's at the top of the tower. Well, I kind of already knew that's what we were trying to do, but... Okay, I guess that's just like a hint system or something. I'm gonna try to avoid using that for as long as I can, because I'd like to try and figure most of this stuff out myself. Main entrance, Tangle Tower. The O... the O has fallen out. Has fallen off. Oh.
What?
Oh, there's an O on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tour.
Twir.
Okay. I can already tell that Detective Grimoire is, very much matching my energy right now. He's matching my energy, guys. We're a match made in heaven in that regard. I can already feel it. Okay, I wanted to investigate the O because I thought we would be able to pick it up, but I guess not. That red thing in the bush looks suspicious.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
Alright, let's invade this random stranger's privacy then in that case. The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Okay, the combination is drawn on the other sheet. Oh, do they mean the combination for the harp statue? This right here? I'm kind of wondering if that's what they're referring to, like the letter. Combinations drawn on the other sheet. Okay, what about this statue? The letter R?
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
Oh my goodness, what about,
Little bird feeders.
yeah, the bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
Good point. The bell? Ring the bell?
Ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
That's gotta be important for something. Hang on, the word melody was highlighted in purple. That's gotta be... I must have to memorize that. Okay, I think I got it. I got it memorized. I have this one unlocked, don't worry. My short-term memory's not that horrible. I swear. So... do we just go inside? Well, hang on, can we investigate the building itself?
It's red, but I don't think it's painted. It's just red.
Not painted, but just red. That's peculiar.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
God, this other girl here is a little, she's a little sassy, isn't she? And I like that. She's also kind of matching my energy as well, actually. They're both matching my energy right now. I'm already really liking these characters here. Oh, we can go two different ways. We can keep going to the right, or we go up.
Let's head to the crime scene first.
Oh, never mind. We
It's
actually...
at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Oh, okay, never mind. We can't actually go there yet. Okay, wait, there's a slider... Yeah, that I can use to view the other areas of the tower. Okay, let's just go inside then. Let's go inside for now. The Grand Hall. God, this art style, dude! The artwork. Just phenomenal, dude. It's stellar. I like all the little dust particles that are floating around, too. Yeah, which I guess makes sense, because the light is shining through the windows. It's probably what's illuminating all the dust particles here. At least I assume they're dust particles. Okay. What are these emblems? F and P. Let's investigate this first.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
Okay, what about the P?
This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
How very perceptive of you.
I mean, he tried. He tried he tried to make a pun. Okay, an attempt was made. I can at least say that. An attempt was definitely made. What is this?
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Huh, so an empty aquarium, huh?
Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
Oh my god. Okay, so I mean, where do we go first? Do we go to the F room or the P room? I worded that in a very strange manner. Let's go here.
It's not locked.
Actually, wait. I didn't investigate this other banner up here.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Sounds boring, or look closer, look closer. That's a lot of names. Jesus. Lord Fellow, Lady Fellow, Lord Remington, Lady Remington, Lord Pointer, Lady Pointer. Okay, the Pointer family. And I think they mentioned something about the Fellow family as well. Yeah, Freya Fellow was the girl who was murdered, right? It was Freya, specifically. Yeah, because there's only like one... There's only one name here, like only one person here named Freya. So who are they related to? Lord Fellow, Selena Stonetop, Felicia Fellow, Damien Dusk. Okay, so this left branch right here, in like right below Lord Fellow's name, yeah, this only leads to these four other names right here. Stonetop, Fellow Dusk, Fellow... Okay, Stonetop and Dusk? Like, who are those people, though? Actually, this person is the only one who has Stonetop as their last name, Selena. Damien's the only person who has Dusk as their last name. Then we have Felicia Fellow and Freya Fellow. Interesting. Poppy Pointer. I kind of like that name. Or Penelope Pointer. Definitely roll off the tongue. Buck Brackley? Yeah, we have the Remington family, the Fellow family, the Pointer family. But then we have other people here who don't seem to be related whatsoever to these three families. Like Emily Everstone, Buck Brackley, Damien Dusk, Selena Stonetop. Yeah, I don't know who some of these people are.
Fiona Fellow.
Oh, I didn't mean to click on that specifically, but...
Dead center. She must be important.
She's half Fellow and half Remington.
Oh, I see. Oh, because the banners are combining here. I see. Okay, wait. So Lord Fellow, Selena Stonetop, that led to Felicia Fellow and then Freya Fellow. Okay, but who's Damien Dusk then? I have no idea who this person is. Oh, actually, wait, no. Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk are combining. Oh, so these must be, like, Freya's parents, then. Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk. Okay, no, I understand now. I understand. I wasn't paying enough attention to the banner. Yeah, because it's half Stonetop and half Fellow. I get it. Like, that's Freya's lineage, specifically.
Do you think she still lives here?
Let's look at
Freya
this.
Fellow.
Because this is the girl that was killed, right?
The murder victim.
Yeah.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Yeah, that's what I find really strange about this. Who the hell's Damien Dusk?
Damien Dusk.
Whoa. Is it too late to change my name to Detective Dusk?
It's Freya's father. Do you think he still lives here?
I'll have to find out, huh?
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's mother.
Do you think she still lives here?
Selena Stonetop?
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I find really strange about her specifically. Buck Brackley.
Buck Brackley.
What a name.
Do you think he still lives here?
He just keeps asking that question over and over again. Okay, hang on a second. Poppy Pointer.
Poppy Pointer.
She's half Remington and half Pointer.
Do you think she still lives here?
Penelope Pointer?
Pointer.
Half Pointer, half Brackley.
Do you think she still lives here?
Okay, yeah, they just keep saying that, they just keep asking that over and over. What about the Lord Fellow?
Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Oh yeah, I mean, it clearly seems like he must have had some kind of falling out with Lady Fellow.
Lady Fellow.
It's kind of what it seems like to me.
Do these people not have first names? Lord Remington.
He sounds important.
Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna move on from that for now. What about this room?
A door.
Oh, what's behind it?
A room.
That's just it. That's all the dialogue we get from that. That's the entire conversation. Actually, these stairs also lead up to other rooms, it seems.
Stairs.
Stairs.
God, his facial expression when he said that too, and also the way he said it. Okay, we must be able to move on now. Oh god, there's so many rooms we can investigate. Alright, well, is this the interior of the F room? Can we go inside the F room?
Let's head to the crime scene first.
Okay, never
It's
mind.
At the
We're
top of the West Tower, I think.
never mind. The game really wants me to go investigate the damn crime scene. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to explore at my own pace here, at my own leisure, okay? I'm getting sidetracked on purpose here. Oh yeah, it's even pointing towards where I need to go. Okay, fine. Let's go here. Let's go here for now. We'll investigate the other rooms later. So does this entire game just take place within the tower itself? Oh god, actually wait, we're at the crime scene. That looks like... Who's this?
Let's take a look at that painting first.
Okay. I don't know about that painting,
There
dude.
it is.
That is a little bit creepy, a little disturbing. Her neck is so long as well.
The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
Yeah, Flora Fellow is the person that she was painting before she got murdered. I was confusing it with Felicia Fellow for a moment.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Okay, we have another clue. The painted portrait. Freya was unable to finish the painting. Okay, I see the... I think it's the... Yeah, it's top left, and most of the right side seems to be... Yeah, not colored in. Yeah, if Freya was unable to finish the painting, she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. And I mean, Flora...
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon. Okay, wielding a knife. Yeah, but there is no knife here. There's a paintbrush. Did they say the tip has blood on it? The tip of the paintbrush? Hang on a minute. What is this? There's a gear in... a turning gear inside Grimoire's head. There's something very strange about how Freya was killed. Okay, so I do know that this game does also have some puzzle game elements as well, and I kind of feel like we're starting to get into the puzzle game elements now. Oh yeah, there's even gears rotating in the background. Something very strange about how Freya was killed. Bleh is completely covered in because Freya put it there. Okay, no. Let's see here. We have a paint palette, blood, a gramophone, Flora Fellow, red paint, Flora's portrait, a paintbrush, and Freya Fellow. Okay, is completely covered in, was used to kill, was hidden inside, is holding a knife tipped with, was used to knock out. Okay, and then because Freya put it there, but it was removed from the scene, it looks like the knife was removed from the scene though, because I did notice that there was a paintbrush lying next to the chalk outline. Or like well, either chalk outline or tape outline. The murder weapon's clearly not here. I did not notice a knife anywhere. I noticed a paintbrush with either red paint or blood on the tip. Freya stole it. Because it stabbed Freya. Because Freya was gonna eat it? What? Wait, what? I know that there's probably like a correct answer for this, and I'm gonna try to figure out what the correct answer is, but I'm kind of wondering if you could get the wrong answer on purpose, or like if you could make the incorrect assumption on purpose and it would result in some funny dialogue, but I'm not gonna try that right now. A paintbrush was used to kill Freya Fellow. Well, actually, yeah, actually, wait. There is no option to choose a knife here. Probably because it's not actually here right now. Okay, yeah, so Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood, but the knife was clearly... someone took the knife. No, I do not think Freya stole it, because I feel like if... that would imply that she killed herself, which I don't think actually happened. Yeah, but Freya stole it because it stabbed Freya, because Freya was gonna eat it, because Freya put it there. Something... It appears as though something was removed from the scene, so... Oh, I can click and drag. Okay. Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood. It was removed from the scene. Because there's a paintbrush there now. Yeah, because let me just look at the other. Was used to knock out, is completely covered in. Yeah, because there's no option to choose the knife here. Was used to kill blood. That is not a real sentence. What am I doing? Was hidden inside blood. Yeah, I feel like that. Flora's portrait's holding a knife tipped with blood, but the knife's not here. Yeah, I'm not gonna say red paint because that's a bit too literal, okay? That's a bit too much of a smartass answer, I feel. Okay, but I'm just wondering if it's gonna think that I'm referring to the portrait when I say it was removed from the scene. I'm gonna hope that it recognizes that I'm talking about the knife. Okay, let's try this.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood, but it was removed from the scene. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Oh, that's not actually correct. Okay. change one thing.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
Oh, that was actually it.
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting. Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Okay, well, I guess... Wait, what is this? An unfinished painting, Tangle Tower. Okay, well... I could have figured that, you know, this is Detective Grimoire we're talking about. I could have figured that it was, that the actual answer that I had to get was, I knew it was gonna be something kind of silly. I mean, I avoided choosing that answer simply because I thought, well, that kind of seems like, kind of felt like a bit of a cop-out answer to me, but it turns out that actually was the correct answer. Yeah, Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped in blood, but it looked to me like the knife was not actually in the room, so I thought, you know, somebody removed it. That's gotta be correct. Turns out it wasn't. It's tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya. I mean, I don't know, I don't know, I thought that was a little too obvious. I don't know, self-doubt got in the way once again. Whatever. We're continuing on. I don't care. We got through it. An unfinished painting. Begin investigating Flora's tower. Okay, one achievement already. I'm guessing that was the prologue, right? Okay, can we finally talk to Flora here? Please and thank you.
Flora...
God, she's creepy.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Okay, so can we actually press her on some questions here? Also, the girl is named Sally. Okay, her name is Sally. I wasn't referring to her as such because I had no clue what her name actually was because it wasn't showing me at first when we started the game. Okay, encounter. That's already been checkmarked though, so I'm guessing we already have that. I mean, yeah, that, you know, I guess this was checkmarked from simply left-clicking on her to interact with her. Okay, yourself? Tell us about yourself.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, she's giving us the silent treatment right now. Yesterday?
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
Okay, well actually, wait, we unlocked something else. Statement. She's probably not gonna make a statement to us, but...
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? Yeah, she's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Well, I don't know what exactly Flora's deal is. I really do love the animations in this game, by the way. I just want to point that out very quickly. Like, especially the animation where her hair is blowing in the wind. She also has, like, insanely long hair, too. I love how her hair also blows in front of the text box as well. The characters are, like, rendered in the foreground, and they actually, like, overlap the text boxes, which is kind of funny, but I really do like that little touch right here. I mean, I will say, this game definitely has some production value, for absolute sure. I forgot to mention as well, by the way, that this is actually one of the more expensive indie games that I'm showing you guys today, because this game costs like $25. But I think I got this during a Steam sale a long time ago. I actually don't remember when I picked this game up, but again, this is another case where I wanted to cover another game for a really long time, and I just completely forgot, so...
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire.
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Okay, wait, I just clicked on Freya's name because I didn't know what that was gonna do, but it triggered even more dialogue? Okay, well, then let's click on Flora herself and see...
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
I guess not. Alright, we got absolutely nowhere with that. Actually, wait, can we talk to her about the items that we collected?
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Okay, what about the open letter? She doesn't know anything about that. The damaged tape. She also doesn't know anything about that. What about the statue? No. Case file. Absolutely nothing. What about Tangle Tower itself? No. Okay. Well... Alrighty then. Is that everything? What is this other thing that's still locked here? How do I unlock this? How do I unlock the other this noise that it's making? Okay, I'll stop. I'm gonna stop. Okay, we appear to be at an impasse here. Let's just move on. Let's go and investigate some other part of this tower.
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh, that's another clue. Freya's paints. Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. Just one side, huh? That must be important. Keep that in the back of my memory for now.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Oh no, never mind. I guess it's not actually blood, it's literally just dried red paint. Or could it possibly be blood? I don't know, that seems a little suspicious to me. Given that there's also like a giant blood stain in the center of her chalk outline. The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Okay, let's spend some time investigating this part of the tower here so we can, like, pick up some items and maybe press some of the other characters later on about them.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Oh. Okay. Wait, the red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. She painted over the knife with blood. Okay, but how exactly did that happen, though? Okay, I might have misread that to some degree, because... Well, I don't know, well... I don't know. It just seems a little suspicious that, that the paintbrush would have dried red paint on it, quote-unquote, after she got, like, viciously assassinated. I don't know. That seems a little suspicious to me, personally, but... Yeah, red color and tip of the knife's not paint, discovered to be blood. So there is blood on the painting itself, like on Flora's portrait. That red paint on the knife is Freya's blood. How did it get there, though? That's what I want to try and find out. Yeah, Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. No weapon was found at the scene. The subject's holding a knife. Is it possible that she got stabbed from behind? Which would have maybe caused her to get pushed forward and then... I mean, I don't know. Maybe she collided with her portrait and the blood got rubbed onto the knife and then she fell backwards and bit the dust. God, I'm trying to determine the physics of how this could have possibly played out now. Like, what are we doing here? All right, there's still a few other things I want to investigate. What about the gramophone?
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Pause. Gramophone. It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Huh. How did that get there, I wonder? It's such a large crack as well. Like, what? How? How could that have possibly formed?
Tape?
Oh, the cassette tape. That's right. We have the cassette. Does it work with the gramophone? We should try it out. In that case, I forgot that I picked that up in the garden.
Yeah, it sure is. I think.
To Freya. The cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label to... Wait. Oh, actually, wait a second. No, this is a different cassette tape.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Okay, wait. That's a different cassette tape that we have. Yeah, this is the damage tape. This is what I was thinking of. No, this is a different cassette tape that we have here. Well, I mean, we could try both of them, I suppose, but I don't imagine the damage tape is gonna really work at all, but we can try it. We can give it a shot. Try it. Looks like we can use either of them. Okay. The gramophone can still be used to listen to audio cassettes. Let's try this one first, I suppose, to Freya. Ooh. Oh wait, Sally's reacting to it.
It's piano music.
Great observation there. Not like I could have figured that out on my own, Grimoire. Thank you. Thank you for that astute observation once again. It's a recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping, rather. Ooh. That does sound really nice, though. I think I'm just gonna let it play out just so I can listen to it in its entirety. Actually, you know what? Let me just do this. Okay, that actually... that cuts out very abruptly, holy crap. Well, I suppose it is a damaged cassette tape after all. Okay. Very nice piano melody there. Okay, what about the damaged cassette tape? Is this even gonna work at all? Oh, it does, I think? Okay, well... I thought I heard a melody in there somewhere, but I think for the most part that just sounded like ambient noises.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. That's the only word that came to mind for me as well.
Humming a tune.
Oh, okay. It's humming. That's what that was. But who's humming the melody though? So a recording of someone walking outdoors, a distorting humming melody can be heard. Okay. Is it the same melody on the doorbell? Well, at least we know what's on here. Hang on. Okay, I wanted to check for a moment just to make sure that wasn't the same melody that I also heard on the cassette tape that was made specifically for Freya. I don't think it is. It doesn't sound like it. Okay. We'll just, eject those for now. Okay. Fascinating. What about this egg?
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
Look closer. I don't think it's as ordinary as you think it is. Oh, okay.
It's a container for something.
I guess we're playing Bejeweled now.
Those gems look like they come off.
Swap the positions of the gems, rotate the egg to see a clue on the back. Oh, okay, it's just showing me where they're all supposed to go? Oh, okay, that's how this works. Okay, we just swap them around. Okay, so how many... Okay, so these two spheres right here, they have to go down somewhere. Okay, wait a second, this is not the same... Not the same layout that's actually on the egg here.
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
Yeah, that's kind of what I suspected. Okay, why is it telling me to click on this?
Nope. Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains.
Okay, yeah, it's telling me about the clue on the back of the egg. Yeah, I mean, it may actually be telling me where exactly they're supposed to go. But see, what's throwing me off is that this is not the same layout that's on the front of the egg. That's what's throwing me off here. Like, why is there just one in the middle? One that goes in the middle? Yeah, I can't put them in the middle. I need to connect them to specific gemstones, do I? Because I noticed that there's a path leading... Yeah, like right here. The pink gemstone leading towards the green one that's shaped like a star. Okay, wait a second. So then maybe I'm not doing this correctly then. Oh, wait a second. Is this actually the same layout, but is it just, like, flipped? This might actually be the same layout, but I think it's just, like, flipped on its side. Yeah, because that connection between the two purple ones right here, that looks like the same connection. It's just rotated. Oh, no, that's definitely what it is. It's the same layout, but it's rotated. Like 90 degrees. Okay, wait. I see what they're trying to do. Okay, no, I think the yellow actually goes down here. Okay, yeah. That's what they're doing. I see what they're trying to do. Okay, well then this might actually be a lot easier now then. That'll make it a lot easier. There's yellow and green that go right here. Okay, but what's throwing me off is the one in the center right here, because there's no center. Well, again, I don't know, maybe it's just that it's rotated. It's probably trying to throw me off with that. Okay, I do think that there actually is a pink gemstone that needs to go right there, and then there's a green one that I think needs to go right this way, I think. Yeah, that seems correct. Okay, and then there's a yellow one that needs to go right down over this way. What is this one? Okay, down, right, and then a very lengthy connection right here. It's just purples. It's just a purple. Or actually, wait. No, it's these gems. Okay, no, this is a red gem. These are the pink gems right here. Okay, no, so I think there's a red one that needs to go that way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the right connection here. And then, that seems correct. Okay, and then the two pink ones. Okay, wait, I see the connection. I see the connection that I'm looking at here. Okay, one of them's already in the correct place, but then I need to move this one over here, I think. Okay, what about this connection right here that has like a smooth turn? Where is that on here? Actually, it seems like that's in the correct order. Oh no, it's not. I have to swap their positions. There we go. Now I think they're correct. I don't know. I feel like I might have already solved it. Let's try.
That's the one.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so that's what it was then. I thought at first it looked like a different layout, but then when I, like, turned my head to the side, I immediately realized, oh wait, no, this is the same layout. It's rotated 90 degrees. That connection in the center was also, like, throwing me off as well, because there's no slot that any of the gemstones fit into that's located in the center on the front side of the egg. Okay, no, we got it.
Hey,
I figured it out.
bad.
Yeah, honestly, that really wasn't bad. That was my first time ever solving that puzzle as well. Okay. Very nice. Not exactly what I call a logic puzzler. Because, I mean, literally, you find the solution by tilting your head. So, it's the only logic you have to use. But still, it kind of requires you to think outside the box a little bit. So, that was pretty good. It was a pretty good puzzle. Had me stumped at first, but I figured it out, like, very quickly. It's like, oh no, it's just rotated. Alright, moving on.
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
Well, it looks like we still got the empty egg itself. Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is a soft, velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Alright, can we possibly put something inside that egg, eventually? I don't think we can put any of these things inside. Inside it, though. Is that it? I don't really see anything else that we can investigate here. Well, actually, wait, there's a trapdoor. Is Freya's body hidden inside this trapdoor?
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
Oh wait, no, is this actually how we got up here in the first place? Okay, never mind. Maybe it's not. Maybe Freya's body is not hiding in a basement somewhere. Wait, I just realized there's a giant eyeball on the ceiling. What is this?
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Okay, we're not gonna figure anything else out about the eyeball, I suppose.
Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
The sudden absence of wall. That is quite a sentence. Hang on, can we show her, like, some other... Yeah, we can show her some other items, can't we, Flora? She doesn't react to the paints, brush and palette. Nothing. Gramophone.
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
Not gonna tell us, huh? Still not gonna speak. Cracked tape does nothing.
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
She just keeps looking at us menacingly. Like on some occasions whenever we ask her a question. I don't like the way she looks at us like that. God. Okay, I don't think she's the one who murdered Freya. I don't think she's the one who killed her. But she is creepy as hell, I will fully admit. Okay. I don't know what else to do about this. Can we just move on for now? That's everything I've been able to find so far, and I still can't unlock this, whatever this other option is. I still haven't figured out what the point of it is.
It's so dark back there.
Somehow the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room.
Right. I don't really know what else to do here, so can we leave? Where do we go now? I guess we can go to any room we want. I still kind of like to go to the F room, if possible. I don't know if it's going to allow us to do that or not. Oh no, it does allow us to do that now. Okay, I want to go into this room. I want to see what's in here. The library. Oh, we have someone else in here. God, there's a lot of things we can inspect, though. Let's talk to her first.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me.
Oh no? How come?
Because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis? About the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Fifi Fellow. Okay. So you're related to the Fellow family. Alright, tell me about yourself,
You will need
Fifi.
to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
Okay, so... her eyesight deteriorated... Well, my eyesight began deteriorating at 25, so... I guess that's something that we can relate to. We both have incredibly shitty eyesight. Okay, so I'm getting that Fifi is like, you know, kind of like a super genius, or like basically like a huge nerd. A huge science nerd. Kind of like me. But she also kind of talks like a robot, which I'm not very appreciative of. Okay, and Flora is her mother, apparently. Is that what she said? I'm pretty sure that's what she mentioned as well. Okay, so I mean, they're related because they're both part of the Fellow family, so they're obviously related in bloodline somehow, or by bloodline. Okay, what happened yesterday?
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
God, he turned it around on him, dude. She turned it around on him. That's what I was laughing at. Okay. Actually, I already forgot. Did she say that Freya was her sister, or what did she say about like, what did she mention before about Freya when I was asking her about herself? I already forgot, dude. I was not paying any attention at all. I'm so sorry. Okay, make a statement for us, please. Well, I mean, we're also gonna ask you about, gonna press you on some of the items that we found too, if you know anything about those.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face. She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Okay, wait, was my theory actually correct all along? She said that she performed the test on the red paint and it turns out the red paint was blood? Is she referring to the blood on the portrait itself, though, like what the knife was painted with? Also, she mentioned that Poppy found Freya dead. Okay, so what exactly does Poppy know then? We gotta go talk to her about this at some point. Huh, okay, hang on a second. Okay, I can ask her about Flora and Freya and herself. Okay, Flora?
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
A great loss. Something she's been unable to move beyond. Okay, well, I'm gonna guess that may not be related to Freya's murder? Because maybe it goes back, like, even before that occurrence? Huh. Interesting. What about Freya?
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Okay, wait, I just realized something. Did she mention that Flora was 44? I was gonna look at the case file again. Well, I can't look at the case file while I'm talking to Fifi here. But wait, did it mention that Flora was 44? But didn't the case file tell me she was 58? Hang on a second. Did I just discover a discrepancy here? Is the case file incorrect about Flora's age? I need to go and investigate something in just a moment, but let's ask Fifi about herself.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact.
Okay, wait a second, I want to pause here for a minute. Okay, so Fifi is a nickname. That's just her nickname. Her real name is Fiona, so this is Fiona Fellow that we're interacting with right now, okay? I just want to point out as well, by the way, I really like the fact that, you don't have to keep clicking through text boxes in order for their dialogue to progress, because it just progresses automatically. I really do appreciate that, by the way. I think all game developers should steal that mechanic, but I do at least appreciate that it also allows you to pause the dialogue as well, and I just wanted to pause it there, just to Yeah, just to try and think that over. Yeah, cause again, I'm kind of confused now. Did she say Flora was 44? I thought the case file said she was 58. Something's up with that. I have to go and read that again just to make sure I wasn't actually misreading that.
Notes. Kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you
Got him.
related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent.
Exactly one grandparent. Well, I have to go back and look at the banner to make sure who that was. Do you know anything about these items?
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Case file?
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene.
Apart from the one in the painting.
Which, as a mere abstract representation, does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
The concept of a knife. I'm sorry, I just got... When she said concept of a knife, I got immediately reminded by something incredibly stupid that Donald Trump said during one of his political debates in the lead up to the election in America. I have a concept of a plan, or something like that. I'm sorry, it just reminded me of that for some reason. I don't know why, but like... Yeah, and unfortunately, he's now President of the United States again somehow, which... God help us all, but anyway... We're gonna move past that for now. Do you know anything about the harp
The
statue?
statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp.
Me
Have
too.
you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are.
Are we? Damage
It
tape?
belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
Oh.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why.
Alright, what about this open letter?
Curious.
That's all she says. Okay, paint a portrait.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course.
Okay, no, she's talking about the painting on the portrait itself and not the paint brush, I don't think. Freya's paints?
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Oh, okay.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Alright, brush and palette?
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the
Oh.
palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Okay, wait, so my theory was basically correct. I thought, well, it said dried red paint, but I thought, is it possible that it could actually be blood as well? It seems like Fiona actually agrees with me, or Fifi, I suppose. So wait, we're on the same page here. Fifi also seems to believe that it's actually blood. Okay, I feel a little vindicated. I suppose. Gramophone.
The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Sometime in the last 2 days, alright. Also, she keeps talking about Poppy a lot, and I just realized that, that other room with the big banner with the letter P on it, that's probably Poppy's room, so I think we're gonna go and talk to Poppy next, actually. I'd like to talk to her next. Crack tape?
Is she laughing?
That was very strange, okay? That was a very bizarre reaction to showing her the cracked tape, okay? Empty egg?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
That's it. Some people just like eggs, yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Just, you love eggs so much you just want to make stone carvings out of eggs. Just put eggs everywhere in your house. Yeah, I know that she was referring to, like, the egg that we found, the egg carving or whatever, like the egg statue that we found in the garden when we were, making our way over here. Okay, well, that's all the items. And I think that's everything we can press Fifi on for now. Yeah, this is completely locked. I wonder if this game does give you the option to frame other people for the murder of Freya. I kind of wonder. Okay, well, for now, I think we're gonna leave.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Wait.
Can't wait.
Wait, Fifi's bedroom? Let's go now or go later? I mean, we could go now, I suppose. But there were some other things that I didn't investigate in the library, though. But I suppose we can go here for the time being. Okay, wait a second. I want to make sure about something here. The case file. Let me look at the case file. Yeah, Freya Fellow 19, which is also what Fifi said. Yeah, but died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow 58. But didn't Fifi just tell us that she's actually 44? Does Fifi know something that we don't? Why would the case file be lying about Flora's age? Yeah, because I specifically asked her about Flora, and no one else. It's saying that Flora is 58 in the case file. But why did Fifi tell us that she's actually 44? Very confused. Oh, I can also view their family tree here. Lord Remington is her father, Richard is her brother, Primrose is her sister, Pointer, Fifi Fellow's her daughter, and then Freya Fellow, who is dead. Okay, and this just shows us where she's located. Is there anything suspicious about Flora? How was Freya killed? Is there anything suspicious about Fifi? Freya Fellow was her close friend. Okay, let's go investigate some more things
I
here.
don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I suppose it is. They're being completely dishonest about what they're putting in these soft drinks. Wouldn't that technically be illegal? I have no idea. What's this book?
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
Okay. I guess it's not really important for anything. This other notepad?
What's that big book on the desk?
Oh no, they're just... I'm just talking about the book again. What is this big magnifying glass?
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe, too?
You can pull off a pipe.
Yeah, just be more like Sherlock Holmes. Like, what are you doing, Grimoire? You're a poser. You're not a real detective unless you're smoking a pipe, apparently. Okay, what is all this?
Homemade posters. This one's about the Pythagoras theorem.
I've not heard of that band. Are they any good?
Okay, listen. Oh my god, okay, hang on. The saxophone in this song is just doing things to my soul. Some very sexy things to my soul right now. I just wanted to point that out. That is a very smooth saxophone, okay? I mean, I did hear that this game does have a pretty stellar soundtrack as well, and I'm inclined to believe those people.
This one's about the Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, Pythagoras? I wanted to look at that again, because the way she pronounces that, Pythagoras... I thought his name was pronounced by Pythagoras. That's how I always pronounced it. Like when I was in school, like high school, specifically. Was I pronouncing his name wrong the entire time? Because I always used to call it the Pythagorean theorem. Because that's how I heard other people, like other classmates, pronounce that when I was in school. Okay, was I just wrong about that the whole time? Have I been pronouncing his name wrong the entire freaking time? Yeah, the Pythagoras theorem is my favorite, math rock band. Ha, get it? Because the Pythagoras theorem? Okay, stop. What is this?
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Sure, let's look closer at it. Let's touch the...
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Yeah, let's touch the big microscope. What is going on here? Horizontally slide the 4 magnifying lenses to the correct position. Oh my god, it's another puzzle. Okay, fine. Oh wait, we're trying to create something here. We're trying to magnify something here. Wait, what exactly are we doing? Oh, wait a second. These have different magnifications on them. Okay, yeah, these are different lenses. What exactly are we trying to do here? I'm just turning it yellow. What is this? This looks like a face at the very end there. We trying to create like a person or something? What is going on here? We can combine the magnifying glasses in order to create, yeah, a bigger zoom. Okay, wait, what are we doing here?
Reset the puzzle?
Sure. I don't know what exactly is happening. Oh, this has minus magnification. This, I guess it just has regular magnification. Oh yeah, there's 3 pluses on one of them. This has a minus on it. Yeah, minus, plus, 2 plus, 3 plus. Yeah, there's different magnification intensities, but what is this? What does it mean, though? What happens if I were to layer all of them over each other? It zooms in a lot. I don't understand the point of this, though. I don't know what exactly I'm doing here. I can't help but feel like this is another puzzle that maybe I have to come back to, because I don't really know what the solution to this is exactly. I'm not entirely sure. Does unlock a key.
I guess that's wrong.
The 4 lenses all have different magnification strengths, so they must each have a specific position along the rail.
Okay. That's kind of what I suspected. Which order do I place all of these in, though? I don't really know. Like, what order are they supposed to go in? Okay, what position were they in at the very beginning here? Minus, plus, 2 plus, and 3 plus. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what is going on here.
Nope.
I love how he just says nope.
You need to magnify different parts of the image, so they line up into the shape of a key. Looks like you might need to overlap some of the lenses, too.
Oh, okay, I was kind of wondering why there was a key there. Oh, we have to create the shape of the key, okay. I got confused at first because I thought maybe this was gonna light up once I figured out the shape, and then I could actually get the key. Oh yeah, that is kind of creating the shape of a key now, actually. I just noticed. Okay, well, could we maybe come back to this later, because I'd still like to investigate the remainder of the room.
Just gonna rest my brain.
Yeah, I want to come back to this later. I want to try and investigate the rest of the room before I do that. Teddy bear?
A new suspect. Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
My god, dude. Oh, this dialogue is great.
Scientific formulas.
And so is this voice acting as well, by the way. Like, this voice acting actually is really good. Like, I don't know. The voice act... Whenever I play an indie game that has voice acting, oftentimes the voice acting can be a bit hit or miss. Or it can be very hit or miss, but honestly, this is hitting right now. The voice acting in this game is absolutely hitting at the moment.
Probably. I'll openly admit I have no idea what any of it means.
Me neither.
He's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
Look closer. Okay, she's trying to connect the dots here, trying to connect the family tree together. I'm very confused.
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. It does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Huh.
Who is that?
No idea.
Is this Poppy?
Who's that?
Not sure.
Something tells me it might be Poppy, but I don't know for certain. Is that Fifi?
That's you, Sally.
Oh no, that's Sally.
What? I do not look like that. Do I?
Oh no, that actually is Sally, because she has the... Like, are those supposed to be pigtails? I'm not sure. I'd like to know who this dude with the mustache is. He looks even angrier than Grimoire.
That's gotta be Flora.
Yeah? Why is there an arrow pointing from this dude right here with the mustache to Flora, though? What do the equations mean?
Is Fifi trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
Huh. Okay, so is Fifi trying to solve the mystery of Freya's murder herself?
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Did I notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Oh yeah, I don't think Freya's on here, actually. I just realized. I mean, none of the sketches here kind of look like her.
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
Oh yeah, well I did notice that Fifi was not on here, because I thought Sally was Fifi for a moment. For some weird reason. Professional Snoop, look at the family tree and the drawing board. Oh, that's actually an achievement that I could get. Not sure why that's an achievement exactly, but moving on.
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty. Boxes of stuff.
Just boxes of stuff, alright. What about this?
A pretty ornate window with a great view of the lake.
We're supposed to be looking for clues, not assessing the real estate value.
And over here, you'll see the owners use sheets of paper to block out all that unnecessary natural light. A simple trick, but it really transforms the space.
God, dude, listen. What is this?
That's a whole lot of books.
That's all he says? The waste bin?
Stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is quite beneath me, thank you.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
Okay, well I guess we actually can't look at the trash can. What about the bed?
It's a bed.
Barely.
Just barely a bed, huh? Barely a bed. Alright, well, I really do want to go and investigate, Poppy's room. I'm gonna guess this might be Poppy's room. Yeah, because this is where the room with the P banner above it leads to. The music room. I'm gonna assume this is Poppy. So she's, said that she was a musician, right? She's a pianist?
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I'll like them.
Why? Because... God, I was gonna say something very mean, but I was gonna say... why?
It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
I was originally gonna say why, because they're shaped like your hair? Whatever, we're moving on. A parade of floating spirits. That doesn't sound creepy at all. The violin!
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Oh, I noticed that, actually. Broken glass? Horn statue. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of cracked glass. Okay, so another ornament here with a massive crack inside of it. What is with all the cracks? Why is everything all shattered and broken in this mansion? What is going on? There's broken glass here, too. Huh. Interesting. That's another item as well.
1 old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem?
No, I was about to point that out too. Just cut the candles on the bookshelf. Okay. Alright. Unless you're planning to burn down the entire mansion at some point. I don't know. I don't know what Poppy's motives are.
Sheet music. It's handwritten.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Look out the window.
That's just daylight, right?
What else would it be?
The piano.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Wait, is that supposed to be a reference to Super Mario 64? The haunted piano in the Big Boo's mansion or whatever that course was called? Wait, is that actually a Mario 64 reference? And actually, while we're still speaking of references, is it possible that Poppy is named after the musician Poppy? Like the pop/metal artist Poppy? You know who I'm talking about? Well, I do think a lot of people in the metal community probably know who I'm referring to, but is that a reference to her? Possibly? Is that what she's named after? Or who she's named after? Perhaps. I don't know for certain.
There's a faded mural on the wall.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
You still don't know, do you?
No.
Okay, let's just go talk to Poppy. I'm getting so freaking distracted. Hello.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude!
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
Real. I mean, yeah, it does take a lot of practice to get that good at playing the piano. She's not wrong about that. Or just any instrument, for that matter. Any musical instrument. Alright, tell us about yourself, then.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Well, I guess I don't blame her, but... Alright. So all of them do want to leave. Okay, why does Fifi have more complicated feelings about that, though? I don't quite understand still. Yesterday?
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. when I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Alright. Make a
Fitz
final
and I
statement
were
for
at
us.
the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door.
Oh.
I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Oh, okay, wait. I just realized it wasn't a trap door. The reason why... I thought for a moment that was a trap door, because that's kind of what it looked like. No, it actually was just a regular door, but it was broken off its hinges, because it was locked, apparently, and Fitz, this dude with the... also the purple hair, he kicked the door down to get into the room. Okay. I understand now. Also, I do like his outfit. He is absolutely slaying. I just want to point that out. I kind of like to go and talk to him maybe before we end this video, if he's even in the tower right now. Let's keep going.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do.
Oh.
So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
Okay, wait, no, so Flora was... Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense that Flora would have already been in the room. Wouldn't that mean Flora would have been able to see what happened? But again, she's not talking to us right now, though. That's the thing. She doesn't want to talk to us at all. I'm starting to get a little suspicious.
Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs, and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Wait, so you found her... She was already crying? Okay, the lights were off. Fifi was already crying. Okay, Huh. Alright, so Flora was already in the room. Okay, well, I'm guessing that the reason why the door was locked, because... I guess they probably didn't want to be disturbed while Freya was making, was painting Flora's portrait. Okay, so, well, at least I know why the door was on the floor, because it's not a trap door, it was a regular door. Fitz broke down the door because it was locked. Because they heard a weird noise that sounded like drilling into metal, but worse. Drilling into metal. Okay, but... It says in the case file that she got stabbed, though. Freya got stabbed, like, once, apparently, in the chest, but... Poppy is saying she heard a noise that sounded like drilling into metal, but worse. Huh. Let's ask her about Flora.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face, of taciturn and soundless space.
What? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Some of these characters are beginning to freak me out a little bit. Asked her about Flora, she just starts reciting a poem, which I'm assuming she probably wrote about Flora. Am I right, Freya?
Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied. It's hers. It's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Well, I will admit that is some beautiful poetry, but did she just write poems for all of the characters that I've already discovered here? Fifi?
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Well, I guess it makes sense that she would be describing all these characters in the form of poems, because I mean she is a musician after all, right? I'm gonna guess Poppy's also a songwriter too? Like she doesn't just play an instrument, she also writes her own lyrics? Probably. Okay. And I guess the poem that she wrote for Fifi does kind of reflect her more complicated feelings about wanting to depart her Tangle Tower. Supposedly. Alright, what about Poppy herself?
That's me.
Yes, that is
List
you.
of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
And that's it. That's all she says. She didn't write a poem about herself, okay. I guess she's not entirely narcissistic then. She's not a complete narcissist, that would imply. Okay,
So there are
Let's ask her
two
about some-
families living in Tangle Tower?
3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora's a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask. That means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Okay, her mother is gone. Okay, so Flora's the owner of Tangle Tower, apparently? Is that part of the reason why she doesn't want to tell us anything? I don't know. The case file?
There's something I noticed. About Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
Oh.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
Yeah, the more information I'm uncovering here, the more weirded out I am by how exactly she died. Like Freya. Something's definitely up with that. Do you know anything about the harp statue? I still have no idea what these symbols mean.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah. Weird.
She doesn't know anything about it, though. Okay, the damaged tape. You probably know something about this, however.
This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Okay, so there was originally nothing on that tape. It belonged to Poppy. Freya borrowed it and recorded something on it. So is that Freya humming that tune on the damaged tape? Like the distorted tune that we heard? Which probably sounded distorted because it was damaged. Okay, so that's Freya's voice, apparently. Someone tried to damage it but got really lazy. Might have gotten lazy. Okay. Noted. Open letter?
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone? Or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you?
Or they're trying to manipulate me, huh? Guess that's a possibility. Painted portrait.
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife, with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Okay. I mean, is the knife actually a red herring? No pun intended? I mean, let's just keep asking her about some of the other items. Freya's paints?
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
So it wasn't Freya who caused that. I didn't think it was. Like the cracks in the paint. Like the paint canisters or whatever. Brush and palette?
Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Alright, so all the black was for painting Flora's dress. Okay. The gramophone.
It was my mother's originally.
So why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Freya also borrowed it. Okay. We have a crack tape to Freya. You probably know something about this, though.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
Literally anybody. Okay, so maybe this is not yours, but the damaged tape is yours. Maybe this is not. So who made this for Freya then? Empty egg?
What was inside?
Nothing.
Okay, that we got absolutely nowhere with that. What about the horn statue?
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Oh. Well, it's probably a good thing that Grimoire didn't touch the piano after all. Not because it's haunted, but because Poppy will probably kill you if you do. Okay, Poppy just looks really angry now all of a sudden. That's everything. Okay. Should we go talk to Fitz then? The other dude with the purple hair? Well, not other dude, but the dude with who also happens to have purple hair. That's what I meant to say. Okay.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
Alright, let's go to Poppy's bedroom then. Where is that? Almost at the very top. Seems like there's still some other rooms here that I still haven't unlocked yet. I don't know, I mean, I've already been recording for a very long time, guys. Maybe what I'll do is that I'll maybe just try to talk to one last person here in the tower, and then maybe I'll just end the video here. Because I didn't think that I was going to be able to talk to absolutely everyone here in you know, in an appropriate amount of time, if that makes any sense, or like, well, I guess I wasn't going to have enough time to talk to absolutely everyone. I really do feel like I'm not going to be able to, because this game actually has way more dialogue than I expected it to. There seems to be dialogue for almost every single item that you can show all the characters here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna be able to get to every single character in this video, guys, and I apologize for that, but... Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna have time to talk to everyone else here, but we're gonna inspect Poppy's room here quickly.
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off.
Alright. The closet, or...
Anything in the wardrobe?
Or the wardrobe, rather.
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
Socks?
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you.
Yeah, to you. A big treble clef? On her bed?
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Oh my god. Okay, wait, there's notes on the floor.
More handwritten sheet music.
Okay, just sheet music. More candles.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
What about the rose?
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
What about the drawers?
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Fair point. Fair point. I do not need to know about, you know, what sort of undergarments Poppy wears. No, there's nothing. We don't need to investigate that any further. No reason. Not relevant in the slightest. What is this clock?
It's a metronome. For keeping time.
Oh, it's a metronome. Oh, wait, look closer. There's something here. Oh, God, it's another puzzle.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Use the buttons to rotate all 4 metronome dials up to the hoop at the top. Use them to rotate all of them to the hoop at the top. Oh, okay, because they don't all move in the same direction. Hang on. Oh, wait, no. Do all of them need to go there? All 4 metronome dials up to the hoop at the top. Oh, okay, wait a sec. Wait. Oh god, wait, no, they're getting disjointed. Okay, no, I see what I'm doing here. Oh god, wait. I'm fricking it up again, bro. What am I doing? I almost had it. Hang on. There. And then... Oh, I have to move it along like this, I think. Oh, wait. Oh my god, I almost had it, but I think I went past, there was one instruction that I completely fricked up and it messed up everything. Okay, no, I see what I have to do. This one actually looks a lot easier than the other puzzle with the magnifying glasses, okay? This actually looks way simpler. There we go. That should be good, right? I think.
That's done it.
There we go. Yeah, that one was way easier. Holy crap, dude, yeah.
Neat.
That was a lot easier to figure out. Yeah, so you hit the buttons and... Yeah, all these symbols correspond to the symbols on the metronome as well. But yeah, you can combine all 4 of them together and you can basically move them along at the same time. And just cross all them over. Okay, cool. That was easy. What do we got?
What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
Part of a photograph. Ooh, who's this? The rip photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. Okay. Interesting. That's another item. Could I show this to Poppy? I mean, this is in her room, so like... Yeah, this is definitely not Freya. Freya has green hair. So who is this person, actually? I'm not sure. She looks a lot more human than the other characters we've encountered so far in this game, I will at least say that.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Is this another puzzle? Oh my god, this is another friggin' puzzle. Slide the lid open, then move the tiles into the correct slots. Ugh. What is this? There's no way that's correct.
Nothing. Still locked.
Okay, no.
All 4 tiles have a moon symbol.
Those other symbols look like suns. Surely that's something to do with it?
I think it is, but in an abstract kind of way.
An abstract kind of way, huh? I mean, I don't think that's correct, but...
Nope. It's not budging.
Maybe the information we need isn't here.
So where is it?
Somewhere else.
Okay, well, actually, maybe this is a puzzle that we need to come back to as well.
I guess we'll come back later.
Because I don't know what's happening with that then. I didn't think it was going to be as easy as just lining them up on the suns, but yeah, we might have to come back for that.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. Sheet music, presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Oh, it's framed? The sheet music's been framed and is decorated with delicate old-fashioned illustrations. That's another item we have. What is the octopus?
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Oh god, how have I never thought of that joke before? That sounds like a joke I would make. Sextopus. Shut up. Oh my god. Right, well, we at least know now that this game is not entirely family friendly.
Various handmade posters.
There's a little bit of mature humor in this game. And I mean, to be fair, we're dealing with like a vicious murder of someone. Like a teenage girl who got viciously murdered by someone and something. We'd have no idea what or who yet. That's what we're here to find out.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
Well, maybe she's just into a lot of very occult things. Actually, wait, I just noticed the symbol on the floor.
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
Yeah, it's an eye. There's also an eye at the top of the tower as well, like in the room that we were in.
Gloomy.
But roomy.
Oh, that's all they say. I thought this symbol might have been important for something. I don't know what else to inspect here. These drawers?
Empty.
Oh, it just says empty. Okay. Where else do we go? I mean, I don't know where Fitz could possibly be, because I don't think it's just gonna tell me outright. Especially since a lot of these rooms I haven't even discovered yet. Well, actually, wait. What is this room? The aviary? Okay, wait a second. In Fifi's room, I saw a drawing, or like a scribbling, of some girl with a bird on her head, and I'm guessing this is the person who's depicted in that drawing. Okay, fine. We can go and talk to her. Hang on.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
Looks evil. Well, I mean, it does have red eyes. It has red eyes on its wings.
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
Oh, there is.
A rather magnificent
Oh, it's just saying the
There's a
same
letter
thing. Okay,
P
hang on.
carved.
Just skip that. Wait, it's a P, so it belongs to the poppy? Oh, no, I think the reason why there's a P... No, because okay, I'm an idiot, guys, I'm sorry. I thought the P stood for Poppy for some reason. No, I'm just realizing, the P stands for Pointer, because Poppy's part of the Pointer family. God, that was an alliteration and a half. Yeah, and the reason that the Fifi's room has an F, like a banner with a big letter F, is because she's part of the Fellow family. Okay, I'm getting it now. F stands for Fellow, P stands for Pointer. Okay. I'm sorry, I am an absolute doofus. That was the critical information that I was missing. Once again. What are all these birds? These birds look
They're
adorable.
bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Oh, God. End me now.
They're bird cages.
Okay, no, she's just saying the same thing. What is this other book, or
A
whatever?
little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, writing desk, whatever. I see a pencil there.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Oh. Someone tore a page out of the middle. Okay, what about the depictions of the birds in the back?
Bird diagrams.
The
Hand-painted.
birds in the back. What? I really have a way with words, don't I?
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Does this lady actually have bird... She has wings for hands, I just realized.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Oh, God.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant birdcage.
Alright,
Does this count as being outdoors?
Yeah. No. Doesn't matter.
this big
An
bird cage?
especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Oh, this is another item, actually. Birds in cage. 3 brightly colored birds in a heavy ornate cage. That's another one. I don't know. Maybe should we go back to Poppy very quickly and just ask her about the photo that we found? I think we should do that first, actually. Oh yeah, we never went to that area at the bottom yet, did we? Because that's where I originally wanted to go before the game was like, no, you should go look at the crime scene first, dummy. What, you want to go and explore on your own volition? Fuck you! Poppy, what do you have to say about this photo? I want to show you this photo. Where is the photo? I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, here.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me.
Okay, hang on. She doesn't know what this is, but we found it in her room. Okay, I'm getting very suspicious of her all of a sudden. Okay, what do you know about the sheet music?
Yeah, it's mine.
What's so special about her? Could you play the tune for it? Well, what is
What's
special?
so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day,
Oh.
she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Huh, so Freya was also learning how to become a musician. She would have been better than Poppy if she continued, you know, trying to learn how to play the piano. She continued her lessons, I suppose, but things were different? Did it mention that Freya became more isolated over time? Is that something that Fifi told us? I think, about Freya. She became more and more isolated over time? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering why. She's just shutting herself out from the world around her, becoming more socially isolated? This is all very bizarre. This is all very peculiar. I'm growing suspicious of even Freya herself now, actually. Can you play the tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Wait. Okay, I thought for a moment that was the... I don't remember if that... Wait, no, I don't think that's the melody for the doorbell, is it? I don't think so.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
But that's gotta be important for something, though. I'm gonna need to keep that in the back of my mind.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little protective.
Okay. We're gonna go talk to Penny very quickly. Still have no idea. Okay, let's go to this room, actually. Before I forget. Before we go and see Penny. Wait, there's another person here. Okay, fine. Talk to this person, then talk to Penny, and then we'll end the video, because I've already been recording for like 2.5 hours. Big mushroom, big
You
shroom.
ever see a mushroom that big before?
Not in real life.
Not in real life. Is that another Mario reference? Anyway, bandstand?
A pointless little stone tower.
Or whatever.
I don't
Stone
know.
Tower.
Might be a good hiding place.
Wanna play hide and seek?
I could be persuaded.
Bench?
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Someone scratched it off, you say, huh?
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
I'll look closer. Oh god, it's another puzzle.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. I'm guessing that's the correct position? Oh boy. That's weird. Oh god, this is definitely not... Did I already solve this?
No.
Okay, no, that's...
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
What position are they supposed to be in, then?
Well,
Can I just reset this quickly? Well, they're all rotated a different way. Hang on. I need another
I
clue.
guess that's wrong.
Did you work out what direction each hand needs to be facing? Each one ends with a little hoop. Try looking through the hoop and ignoring the rest.
Oh, the hoop. Each one has a little hoop. Okay, yeah, I did notice, by the way, that the clocks do seem to have, or the hands on the clock have, a little thing around them. Yeah, that's kind of like changing the shape of the symbol on the clock. Yeah, this looks like a number 12 that it's creating. 9. Oh, wait, I see it now. There's numbers in the clock. This looks like it's making a 3. Is it 3, 6, 12, and 9? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I might have just figured something out here. Yeah, because this is clearly making a 12. Is that a 9? I can't tell what that is. I'm getting confused because this either looks like a 9 or a 6. 3, 6, 12, and 9?
Nothing.
No?
It's just numbers on a clock.
Well, no, I already figured that out.
3 on the right, 6 on the bottom. You only need 90-degree angles.
Okay. I don't need the clue. I don't need the clue because I already worked out what is actually happening here. I recognize that there are numbers on the clock, but I don't know, maybe... Is this actually a 9? Is that maybe actually a 9? Because I'm getting confused as to whether this is a 6 or a 9. That's what's throwing me off right now. Okay, well, I figured out this was 6 and 12. Wait. Is this actually a 9? I don't know, man. That looks more like a 3 to me. I couldn't really even tell what this was. On the side. Do I see a 3 in there somewhere? It just looks like a moon being eclipsed by the sun. So I don't know. I couldn't really tell. Well, I mean, I correctly figured out that this is 6 on the bottom and 12 on the top. I knew that it was numbers on the clock. I figured that out before it gave me the final clue. But I thought the one on the left was a 3 because it kind of looks like that's what it's creating out of the symbols right here. Unless I'm not looking at that correctly, or this looks like an E. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That doesn't look like a 9 to me. That looks more like a 3. I assumed this was a 3 and had to go to the right, and this, you know, just by logical deduction, this had to be 9. The one with the moon. Okay, I'm even more confused now because I thought this was the correct layout for how the clocks, how the hand should be rotated, but it's still telling me that's not correct. So I don't know what I'm even looking at anymore. Okay, guys, am I missing something here? Because I could have sworn, I could swear that this is the correct layout for the hands. She said 3 on the right, which I'm assuming means this one right here. 12 on the top, which I figured out pretty easily, 6 on the bottom, and then 9 on the left, which I'm guessing she means, like, this one all the way up here.
No, that was it.
Okay, wait. Wait a second. Was I looking at this all... Okay. I got really confused by what they mentioned. Because when I heard them say 3... Okay, so wait, I was actually correct the first time, so that was a 3. That was a 3. I was looking at that correctly. And I was also correct about this being a 9 at first. Okay, but wait. How does this look like a 6? On the bottom. Okay, that was also something that was confusing me, because they said 6 on the bottom. I presumed at first that when they said the bottom one, they meant like the one on the bottom adjacent to the 12. So did I just misread that? Okay, well... Look, man. I figured out what I was actually doing beforehand, but I got very confused because I got mostly confused by the clock all the way on the far right, the one with the moon on it, because this doesn't look like it generates any number at all, or it doesn't look like it forms any specific number. It just looks like a crescent moon with a dot, or almost like being eclipsed by the sun or something. So that was throwing me off, because that did not look like it was creating a number 6. Oh, well, actually, I think I can kind of see it now? I guess it's kind of forming a 6, sort of? Okay, well, I'm sorry, man, that confused me. That final clock at the very end is what confused me the most, because I was just like, all I see is a moon. Okay, whatever, maybe I wasn't looking close enough at the moon. I guess if you look at it in a certain way, it kind of forms a number 6, but still, like, yeah, well, I guess the one on the left was a 9, because, like, I don't know, if I look at it from the right side, it still kind of looks more like a 9 to me, like an upside down 9, essentially, but also kind of looks like that's forming a 6 if you look at it on the right side. Okay, well, whatever, I guess we still got through it. I mean, I understood what I was looking at, eventually, without using the clue is. It's just that clock all the way at the bottom right is what threw me off. Because I don't see a number in there. I literally do not see a number in that formation there. I just see a crescent moon. I mean, the 12 is very obvious, and so is the 3, but like, okay, anyway, moving on.
Nice work.
Moving on. I understood the premise of the puzzle, though. I understood the premise of the puzzle. It was just that one clock all the way at the end that freaking confused me to no end. Anyway, moving on.
What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Well, it's a telescope. Small lens, a small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Okay. Can we just talk to you, please? Who are you?
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking, but who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Well, I mean, we can still ask her about why she's here. Is she investigating the same case?
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
I don't know, we might not be able to get too many answers out of her. Yesterday? What were you doing yesterday?
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers is one of the last on my list.
Okay, so she is investigating the same case then.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Make a final
Towards
statement.
The early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Alright, so she encountered Fitz as well. Okay, so she also encountered Penelope, aka Penny, as well. I'm gonna guess they're the same person. She also stormed out of her own room to go and see what happened to Freya, I suppose. Okay, well then, if she also encountered Penny, then I would like to go and actually ask Penny about that then, in that case. Because now I really want to get her side of the story here. And I don't know, maybe that'll be the last character that we talk to for now, because, again, this is, we've been going at this for a very long time, guys. I really do need to end this video at some point. Ask her about Flora.
Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps, an hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
So she gets roughly the same amount of sleep as I do? Interesting.
314 cases solved.
Damn. That's the sound
And
effect.
14.
The sound effect when he said when he was shocked by that. 314 cases solved. Like I said, Grimoire, you're nothing more than a poser. Freya?
Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
So Freya figured out immediately who Hawkshaw was working for and why she was here. Okay. Interesting. Again, like I said, the more I learn about Freya, the more I become suspicious of her in particular. I don't know why, but what about Fifi?
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition, no focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
I suppose so. Poppy?
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Or maybe her name is a reference to pop music. I don't know. I'm just throwing crap out. Kind of just talking out of my ass at this point, honestly. God, there's a lot of things I can ask her about, but...
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have
Turrets.
you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
I see. What, do you know anything about the case file?
You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Was that a subtle call out to me in particular? Or the player, I suppose? Okay, the harp... Do you know anything about the harp statue?
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then.
Okay, she's not gonna be helpful to us there. Damage tape?
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Someone. That's what we're led to believe at the moment. The letter?
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
No. Okay, painted portrait.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless,
Oh?
of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
I mean, I suppose that's a good point as well, but I'm pretty sure the painting didn't just suddenly come to life and stab Freya to death, okay? I think we've ruled out that, We've ruled out the possibility of that at this point. Okay, so there was another object that was possibly brought into the room? But wait, the room was locked though, wasn't it? When the murder happened. Unless the person who brought it into the room locked the door behind them somehow. I have no clue. I'm still very confused about this at the moment. Okay, I don't know why, but this music is suddenly giving me, like, Pink Panther vibes for some reason. Freya's paints?
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
That was absolutely useless. Brush and palette.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
Damn, she's making a lot of good points right now, and it's kind of making me mad. Gramophone?
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
What is with that slapping sound? Okay, well, at least we got her with one remark at the very least. Correct, Ape?
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
In Flora's room yesterday. Alright. Empty egg.
You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was.
Hiding the...
Perhaps it's always been empty.
Wait, no. She said hiding the... And then she stopped mid-sentence. And then she changed it to hiding something. Horn statue. I don't think you're gonna know anything about this, but let's find out.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Wait, she pronounces bipedal in a different way than I think Grimoire does. Didn't he pronounce that as bipedal when we first found that, and also when we found the harp statue? Rip photo.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
Sheet music?
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree. Doesn't make it a clue.
Same. Yeah?
Birds in cage.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
They probably would. Small ends.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Okay, I'm gonna guess the greenhouse is probably the building in the back over here.
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
AKA a greenhouse.
Yeah, the greenhouse is in the back. I mean, I think it allows me to go to the greenhouse. I suppose we're getting sidetracked so much right now, dude. Oh, wait, actually, Fitz is in the greenhouse. Okay, well then, what do we want to do here, dude? Because I really should end this video at some point. I've been recording for 3 hours. I do still want to talk to Penelope, though. Oh yeah, there's still like 3 other rooms that we haven't explored yet. Since we've already, like, investigated most of the stuff here in the aviary, yeah, let's just go talk to Penelope first.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shade, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, bird lady, tell me more about yourself.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz. He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Okay, so she's married to Fitz. Okay, so Fitz is the guy we found in the greenhouse, right? Okay, fine. We'll go talk to Fitz and then we'll be done. Okay? We'll be done. Maybe I'll just ask her about the items that she might actually be interested in. What were you doing yesterday?
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
So Fitz went back inside the tower rather quickly? Okay, well, I mean, we've already established that Fitz was the guy who busted the door down when we were hearing basically the sounds of Freya getting brutally executed, so I'm definitely gonna ask him about that in a few moments. Okay, what is your ultimate statement here?
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library.
Okay, that's the same thing Hawkshaw had mentioned as well, that she also saw Penelope there. And Uncle Pointer as well.
She looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Oh?
For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong.
Well, yeah, because one of the other characters, was it Poppy who told us that? Or was it Fiona? I already forgot. No, I think someone mentioned that Fitz was the one who broke it off its hinges, but Fitz was not in the room though. He was breaking the door down to get in the room because it was locked. Right?
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Fitz about all of this in just a moment. What about all these characters?
Enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Okay, so she's a little bit friends with Flora, whatever that's supposed to mean. What about Hawkshaw?
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Uncle Pointer called her in. Hawkshaw, okay. Noted. Duly noted. Freya?
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Okay. So I guess she had an even stronger relationship with Freya. Okay, then what do you have to say about Fifi?
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. I mean, well, you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
Okay, so just given how I've seen the other characters talk about Fifi, I'm getting the impression that Fifi is like one of those super intelligent nerds who really loves to rub her intelligence in other people's faces, and that's probably why a lot of people can't stand to be around her. I'm guessing she's the one character in this game that is, meant to embody that particular trope. What about Poppy?
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Poppy is a pathological liar, according to Penny? Okay. Seems to be a bit of, animosity there. Interesting. Again, noted. Duly noted. They don't seem to be on the best of terms. Okay, what about yourself?
Oh, she's beautiful. Who is she? Wait. Is that me?
Okay, I guess Penny's a little bit narcissistic herself, I presume. Okay. Well, that kind of leads me to believe Poppy a little bit more now. Birds in
I
cage?
must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
That's not helpful in the slightest.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Okay, she got weirdly upset when we asked her about that, but okay. Alright. Well, I guess we could ask her about all these things, but I don't think I want to right now, honestly. I feel like the birds in cage thing is the only thing that's really relevant to be asking her. Unless she knows something about the RIP photo.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
Oh, okay, well, thanks for leading us on, I suppose. Do you know anything about the egg?
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo.
Oh. He really just said heyo, okay. I know I mentioned this like at least 2 hours ago, but again, I'll reiterate. Grimoire is matching my energy, dude. He is matching my freaking energy. I mean, he's been matching my energy this entire video, honestly. I mean, what about the letter?
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
Also not really helpful. Okay. You're probably not... I don't know. Do you know anything about this portrait, probably?
I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think?
Yes.
Flora, that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her.
I mean, I suppose, but okay, I don't feel like that was particularly helpful. What about her paints?
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities.
Okay. I thought we established that this was not Freya who caused the paint canisters to get damaged, though. Unless Penny knows something we don't, I have no clue, man. Okay, I'm gonna just move on for now.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Oh my god, Penny's room.
Now,
Okay.
Like, right now?
No, I want to go talk to Fitz, okay? I really do want to talk to Fitz. We can do this later. I've already been recording for 3.5 hours, dude. I need to end this video at some point. Okay. Let's just go talk to Fitz quickly, and then we're done. We're done here for now. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to talk to absolutely everyone here, but let's just investigate this quickly.
This one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Oh, we got another item. Potted fruit. Potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the pot is an unusual blue color. Okay.
Tools. Used by a gardener. For gardening.
Self-explanatory.
Bags of soil.
It's so blue.
Yeah, actually everything in this greenhouse appears to be blue. Why are the fruits glowing? What is this beetle?
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
What about the other fruit here?
Is that fruit? It's shaped like fruit.
Too shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little too.
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no.
So these are not fruit. Are the fruit gemstones too? What about the flowers?
All the flowers here look kind of poisonous.
Can flowers be poisonous?
Anything can be poisonous.
Good to know.
Oh my god. This potted plant that's hanging from a rope.
Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
Guys, we... 2 inches makes all the difference. That is a real, but also shut up. Anyway, what is this?
It's glass.
Glass balls, I suppose.
But I can't see through it.
Total oxymoron.
I am not.
Well, the one good thing here is that the dialogue is consistently making me laugh here, so that's always a good sign. What is this clipboard?
A little chart of... actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Look closer. Don't tell me this is another... Actually, wait, is this not another puzzle?
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Did we see some of these symbols in Fifi's bedroom? Like when we were in there earlier? On the drawing board where she drew all the other characters that are in the tower? Did she draw some of these same symbols on her equations?
Greek letters, I think.
Yeah?
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Greek letters, I think.
Okay, they're just saying the same thing. So, pi is connected to epsilon, omega... Okay, wait, actually, wait. They're numbered as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I know this is pi. This is psi, I think. Yeah, 1 is pi, 2 is, I think, epsilon. 3 is omega. I don't remember what 4, 5, 6, and 7 are. Well, I think 7 might be Z. Yeah, alpha, beta on the side. They haven't been, boxed in here. Or they're not, like, marked with a number or anything. Okay, interesting.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, but I feel like we saw some of those symbols in Fifi's room earlier. Okay, well, regardless. We talk to Fitz and then we just end the video. His eyes are glowing.
Don't move. We're being watched.
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right. Sorry. Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitz fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a very simple explanation for that. Like a biological explanation, but okay. Alrighty then. I can already tell that he's like the hottest character in this game. Something tells me he's also the dumbest character, but I don't know, we'll see. Is this dude meant to be a himbo? I don't know, we'll find out soon enough. Ask me about yourself.
You work here.
Tell me about
As
yourself.
the gardener.
I really just said, ask me about yourself. God, my brain. This is why I don't record videos for 3.5 hours, guys. Because this is what happens. This is always what happens.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like, condense it, as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Oh?
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
I'm just a gardener, okay. Never mind. Well, to be fair, I don't think there's gonna be any character who's gonna outmatch Detective Grimoire in terms of stupidity here, so never mind. I'm sorry for doubting you, Fitz. He's also like man of very few words as well. Okay, he's already coming off as one of the most mysterious characters in this game. He's mysterious and he's hot. What a combination. Great combination, actually. Okay, what were you doing yesterday
I was in
then?
my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you
I think.
speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And?
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
I suppose not. What's your final statement?
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then it wasn't. I can't
And then it
describe
wasn't.
it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
It didn't sound
We
human.
thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and
Oh,
shouted.
okay.
Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Okay. So So I think that's the same scenario that Poppy told us about, that Fitz broke the door down, and Fitz does actually confirm that himself. Yes, he did break it down. Okay, so Poppy wasn't lying about that, it seems. He said it was odd that Penny and Felix were together. Okay. Why is that odd exactly? Hang on, do you know anything about these other characters here with Flora?
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering. For anyone.
For anyone, you say? Hawkshaw.
She questioned me.
About what?
My work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
Little ominous there, but okay. Trust me, I can tell. Okay. Okay, bud. Getting a little creeped out by this guy as well now, but Freya?
She was always kind. To me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working. Sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Okay, I guess that she just really liked bugs and insects. Okay. Kinda sounds to me like she was also maybe a little quirky as well, perhaps? I mean, I see a beetle resting on one of the leaves on the plants in the background. I don't know if there's anything else we can do with that beetle, but I guess there isn't. We already interacted with it. We didn't get anything out of it. Okay, what about Penny?
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing? Recently.
Good. It's good.
That's it? Just good? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to become a little bit unsure about Fitz now. But Fifi?
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
I think she just doesn't like people who she perceives as less intelligent than her, honestly. I think that's more of her problem and not yours. So, Poppy?
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence.
Oh, okay, it's blue hair. It looks purple to me. It looks more like a lavender.
Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
I don't know, I can't help but feel like... I can't help but view Fitz as essentially being like the goth himbo here of this game. Tell me more about yourself.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's... me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, really, God, he really is a man of very few words as well. Well, hey, I mean, he's more talkative compared to Flora, who is a woman of literally no words. I suppose it's better to be someone of very few words than someone of no words at all. Okay, potted fruit.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
You just look at it? Okay. That's it? Alright, can we just maybe ask him about all these things?
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those
I mean, that's true.
cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them, They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
An informed estimation, huh? Okay. Whatever you say, dude. I mean, yeah, he's not wrong about nature being perfectly capable of forming geometric shapes, because, I mean, the Fibonacci spiral can be found in nature, and is frequently found in nature, actually. Nature is very weird. It's very peculiar. Case file?
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
That's not foreshadowing, is it? I sure hope that's not foreshadowing. The harp statue? Do you know anything about this?
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Arguing about something, huh? Damaged tape?
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
Yeah, I mean, we already gave that to her. Open letter?
Odd.
That's all he says, how odd. Okay, paint a portrait? Do you know anything about the portrait?
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her, after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Huh. Kneeling on the floor. For what reason exactly? Looking at Freya's corpse, I suppose? I don't know. Or just kind of like trying to examine her to see if she was maybe still alive, which she clearly wasn't because she got stabbed in the chest. What about her paints?
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Brush and palette?
There's something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. Wait, take another look in Flora's room. We didn't exactly miss a clue? What does he mean by that? Okay, well, I don't think we're gonna do that in this video, because I am gonna be ending this after I finish talking to you. So, grab a phone.
That belongs to Poppy.
So, why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
Okay, crack tape.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy.
He says the same thing about the damage tape. Okay, empty egg.
It's an egg with feet.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Fun story.
Okay, I didn't think he was gonna be helpful with us there, but what? Maybe he knows something about the horn statue.
What's with the broken glass?
Never mind, he knows nothing about that. Rip photo.
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
Sheet music.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, that's typically how it works, you know, she spends what did she say, like 3.5 hours as soon as she wakes up practicing piano? She's dedicated to her craft, okay? You can't fault her for that. At the very least. Can't fault her for being very dedicated to her craft. Birds in cage.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
Well, I do remember one of them's named Tatiana. Those are the only ones I remember, actually. I've already forgotten 2. Small lens.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
No, we've already established that this belongs to Hawkshaw. So, yeah, with that weird puzzle where I couldn't figure out what, I completely forgot what numbers looked like. That was absolutely embarrassing. But we still made it through it regardless, but... yeah, that's everything that I can ask him about. Okay. Yeah, and this is still locked. I suppose this is going to remain locked until I discover everyone else in the tower, and I've talked to everyone else, but...
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
Okay, Fitz's room is...
interesting.
Fitz's room is unlocked. Okay, well... maybe go into his room. Wait, I noticed there's another lock... there's another lock in the center of the tower, I just noticed. Wow, Fitz's room is surprisingly empty. What in the world?
That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside.
Okay.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, "To Fitz, from PP."
To Fitz from PP. Someone from the Pointer family? Maybe Poppy? It could be someone else. Not saying that it is.
An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Why?
I don't know.
Something's locked right here, but just hold on.
There's someone outside the window.
Is it Fitz?
Something outside the window.
Oh.
It's probably just a rock.
You sure?
Man, I'm also starting to realize that Detective Grimoire seems to be, like, very paranoid as well. It's like he's seeing people that aren't there, gets afraid of everything potentially being poisonous. God, he's just afraid of the world, dude. What the frick? The lamps?
Huh. Neither of these lights have an actual light bulb.
They're just decorative.
Oh, so decorative.
They're just decorative. What about his bed?
Doesn't look soft.
The door?
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Look closer. Oh, it's another sliding block puzzle. Oh, it's one of these puzzles again. I'm gonna guess... This has to be way too damn easy.
Nothing. Still locked.
Okay.
The tiles have all got that same sun symbol on them.
Those moon symbols in the slots. Are they connected?
Maybe they're connected, but also not connected.
She said a similar thing about the other sliding block puzzle that we saw before. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things where we have to come back later to figure this out, because I'm still very confused as to what we're supposed to be doing with these. Whatever that tile puzzle is, I don't think we have the necessary information, like, discovered. We haven't discovered the necessary information that we require in order to solve those puzzles yet, so I think we have no choice but to leave them alone for now. Okay, what is this suitcase or whatever, briefcase that's locked?
Hello.
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
combination lock. Sort of.
Rearrange the pieces of paper to find a combination for the box's padlock. Okay, well, one of the symbols appears to be an upside-down heart. Wait, what exactly do we do here? Well, it looks like I can slide parts of the puzzle in. Yeah, I think that kind of works, but... Oh, that doesn't connect cleanly, though. That's the only thing. Hang on a second. What am I looking at right now, dude? I don't understand. Can I rotate these at all, or can I only just left click and drag? How am I supposed to figure out the combination lock from just these 3 pieces of colored paper? Huh? Oh, wait. I think I discovered one of the shapes? Because I do see a shape that corresponds to... Yeah, this shape right here. Like the teal one. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm just supposed to look at the symbols inside? Okay, is it actually the taller one? I think I actually figured out, like, one of them. Like, one of the symbols. Oh, I need to rearrange... Maybe rearrange them again to figure out, like, another symbol here. Maybe that's what we need to do. Oh, okay. We do have, like, something that's shaped like an arrow? That appears to be a second one. Okay, rearrange again. Do we maybe just have to go in, like, a clockwise fashion? I'm not entirely sure, but... This does appear to be working. Right now. Okay, hang on a second. Is this already how I arranged it, though? Because I know this one piece connects perfectly to here. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wait. Is the next symbol possibly that weird, like, teardrop that I saw before? Okay, yeah. Where's the teardrop? Is it right here? Yes? Does the color matter at all? Or is it just the shapes of the symbols? Because I think I've already figured out, like, 3 of them. Okay, and then the last one... Oh, wait a second, we can combine something... We can combine them again right here. Or did I... Or is that what I did previously? I already kind of forgot. Like right here, slot it in. Kind of looks like the same symbol, unless it's, Unless it's the smaller one? Which I don't think it is. Okay, so what other order have I not positioned these pieces of paper in? We must have to combine the edges somehow, right? Is it the edges that we're trying to combine here? I mean, I don't know. Hang on a second. Trying to move this around a little bit. This looks like it slots in a little better. Okay, is it this? That looks like the shape it's making. Okay, but I don't know if the order matters at all. Or if, like, the color matters. These are the symbols. So, I mean, I think this is correct?
I did it. What do I win?
Okay, that actually was correct. Holy crap. Very nice. I didn't have to use a clue for that.
Not bad.
Okay, what's in here?
Anything in there?
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Hold on. Huh, that's kind of ominous.
What? Ornate trowel. A metal gardening trowel with a decorative pattern. It has a decorative pattern engraved onto it in letters either side of a heart. PP Love FF. PP Love FF. Someone on the Pointer family loves someone on the Fellow family, but who could it be? Is it Boppy? Or is it Fiona? Or Freya? Is it Freya? I don't know who it could be. Interesting. I mean... Could we go and ask Fitz about this? Poppy Pointer is just his friend. Penny Pointer, fiance, Flint Fellow, Fitz Fellow. Wait, he's part of the Fellow family. Okay, PP Love FF. Okay, so maybe FF stands for Fitz Fellow. Maybe it's actually directed to Fitz. Well, he's friends with Poppy, he said. Okay, hang on a second. I'm just curious about something.
Locked.
There must be some way to get it open.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that particular room. Okay, hang on a second. There's just one last thing I want to see here. Wait, that other area all the way to the left, was I already there? Well, I think I was, because that's where we started, right? Hang on a second. Do you know what this item is?
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Okay, he's not answering. He just says, I keep all my tools in the greenhouse. Okay, could we go and ask maybe Poppy about it? Does she know? PP. PP love FF. I don't know. Maybe she knows something about this. Oh, I didn't ask her about the other items as well, but I'm not going to.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah, I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Okay, she doesn't say anything about that, so maybe it's not her. Okay, what do you know about this?
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think? Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
He does that. It's just something that he does very commonly. He just stares into the middle distance. Because he just likes to, apparently. Okay, so we didn't really learn anything about that, like either asking Fitz about it or Poppy. So it might not be. Unless, wait. Penny Pointer? Maybe it's Penny. Well, no, it probably would be. It says PP love FF. That would be a weird thing to give to your friend. Okay, hang on. I want to ask her about this. Just quickly.
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
That's it? Okay. You want to see some weird-looking fruit?
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
Growing them to sell them. Okay, that gives me some weird images in my mind. We're gonna just move on from that. Okay, I don't know what else to do here. It's been all over 4 hours, dude. I need to stop. What have I been doing for the past 4 hours? God, okay, well, I've explored almost everywhere in the tower already, but honestly, guys, I really do think I should stop for now. I know we haven't explored Penny's room yet, but I really want to just end the video here, guys, because I've been recording for so damn long, and I didn't even realize it's been like 4 hours. Oh my god. I don't even know how long the final video is going to be. I think the reason why this took so much longer to, why this took so long to record was because there was actually a surprising amount of dialogue in this game, or there is a surprising amount of dialogue, because it seems like all of the characters have little bits of dialogue for items that they don't really know anything about, or they're not, like, particularly useful to them. Yeah, it seems like the game's developers wrote so much dialogue for all of the characters here, and I will admit, I got a little overwhelmed by it after a while. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how watchable this video is gonna wind up being as a result of that, but I still had fun overall. Like, I was gonna just, I was going into this just trying to do, like, more of, like, I guess a first impressions video of anything, but this turned into something a lot bigger over time, and I will fully admit I did get a little bit carried away with it after a while. But still, I enjoyed my time with this, but I think for now, guys, I really should just end the video here, because my throat is starting to get a little sore now. I mean, thankfully, I haven't had to actually talk a whole lot during the entire video, because the characters themselves kind of took care of that for me, so that's good, to say the least. If there was, like, one good thing that came out of this, I was able to give my own throat a rest while I was listening to the characters talk on and on. But yeah, I feel like we got, I guess, some clues to figuring out who murdered Freya. I don't know, I'm becoming a little bit suspicious of Freya herself. I don't know, I guess Freya herself was just into some really... She had some really quirky hobbies, kind of like all of the other characters in this particular tower. But yeah, we at least got to meet a very colorful cast of characters in this game, and I was able to at least solve a few of the puzzles, and we managed to find some very strange items, which I still don't entirely know what connects all of these items together and how we're gonna use all these items to, you know, solve this mystery ultimately. But I'll keep playing this for a bit more off-screen. I really do think I should just stop for now, because I've been recording this for so much longer than I thought I would. I realize that there's still several rooms that I still have not explored. I see one room that appears to have a giant fish in the top of the room, which looks very strange to me, but I'll go and investigate that off-screen in my own time, because I think we are done for now, guys. Yeah, so I think we'll stop here for now. I guess there is this one room here that's just still locked completely, and we still don't really know how to get into the room. It's the room in the center. Oh, this appears to be... This room appears to connect Fitz's room to Poppy's room, actually. I just realized. Yeah. That's Fitz's room, that's Poppy's room. Okay, that's interesting. There's some weird tile puzzle that we have to complete first before we can unlock either door here. And I still have not completely figured out what we're supposed to do with that. Like, what we're supposed to do with that tile puzzle. It seems like the information that we need for that we haven't actually discovered yet, though, so maybe we do need to explore the other rooms first and talk to some of the other characters here. But for now, that was still a pretty fun experience overall. We got to meet some weird and wonderful characters in the meantime. I do love the game's art style. I love the music as well. I'm very surprised at how practically every character in this game is fully voice acted. And again, like I said before, this is one of those things where, in some indie games that I've played, the voice acting can be sometimes hit or miss, but this was definitely, you know, some of the better voice acting that I've heard in an indie game like this. Yeah, and I've already managed to unlock at least a couple of the achievements. I think there's only like 10 achievements in this entire game. We've already unlocked 2 of them. And one of the achievements involved just looking at the drawing board in Fifi's room, weirdly enough. Kind of feel like the clipboard with those Greek symbols on it that we found in the greenhouse might have something to do with that, or might be somewhat related to that, because I'm almost certain that we saw some of those symbols on Fifi's drawing board as well. But yeah, 4 hours in, we still haven't fully figured out who exactly killed Freya, who exactly did it. I genuinely don't think Flora is the one who did it. No, I sincerely doubt that. I can't really tell who it may possibly be, honestly, because out of all the interactions I've had with all the characters in this game so far, there hasn't been, like, any weird occurrence or, like, some weird interaction I've had with them that set off any alarm bells in my mind. So, except for maybe some of the strange things that Poppy said to us earlier, or maybe Fitz as well, I don't know. Fifi just seems utterly obnoxious, honestly, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she could have possibly done it, but who knows? Who knows for certain? I'm gonna try and get to the bottom of it off screen, but yeah, I still enjoyed that. And again, I still wanted to try and show this game off to you guys for a really long time. I had the intention of showing this game off on the channel for quite some time now, and I'm glad I finally got around to doing it. This was fun, man. I do feel like a lot of the animations and the voice acting and a lot of the humor in this game, I feel like those 3 things in particular are really doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this game. The puzzles are definitely interesting. They are a lot trickier than I expected them to be. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm still confused by that clock puzzle. I'm still very confused by that, because, again, the clock on the bottom does not look like a 6. At the bottom right, I just see a bunch of crescent moons. I don't see a 6 in there anywhere. Am I just blind? Whatever, I'm still a little bit salty about that. I still feel kind of embarrassed that I ended up using all of the hints. I guess if you try to submit your answer to any of the puzzles up to 3 times, then Sally will just tell you what the solution is. And I don't know if I necessarily like that. Like, I kind of wish that she didn't just flat out tell me what the solution was if I failed over and over. But whatever, that was the only time in which I'm pretty sure I had the right idea, but I don't know, maybe I just wasn't looking at the actual puzzle correctly. I don't know, I was kind of having a difficult time determining, you know, whether or not that, that one clock contained either a 6 or a 9, or it was showing me a 6 or a 9. Turns out it actually was a 9, and I couldn't figure out at all what number the crescent moon was showing me, but apparently it was showing me a 6. I don't know about that. I mean, the 3 and 12 were fairly obvious, but, like, I don't know, I think even with the 3 I got confused, because I'm like, wait, is that actually a Nyan? I don't know, I got completely, my brain got completely scrambled during that particular puzzle. I don't really know what exactly happened there, but anyway, I'm gonna continue investigating all the other rooms off screen. I really just need to freaking stop. God, I'm not gonna have a great time trying to edit this. Or maybe I will, because I feel like I'm not gonna need to do that much editing, given that I feel like, for the most part, it was the characters in this game who were talking the most, and commentating the game for me. I wasn't really saying all that much, I feel. But even so, this was another game that I wanted to play on the channel for quite some time, and I finally got around to it, so I'm happy about that, dude. I'm happy about it. I'm good. I'm glad that I finally got around to this game and tried it out for myself. Again, Detective Grimoire in particular really does just match my energy 100%. Okay, he's basically me. He pretty much has the exact same personality type as I do, and I just find that really funny. Now that being said, I don't know if this means that I'm necessarily going to be checking out the first game that Detective Grimoire starred in. You know, the older one from 2014 that was also developed by the same indie studio. I suppose I could check that one out in my own time, but again, you never know. Sometimes I say I'll just check out games in my own time, but then more often than not, I just end up doing videos on them anyway, so who knows what I'm gonna wind up doing in that case. As for the Mermaid Mask, I mean, there is a demo for the Mermaid Mask available now, but I'm not entirely sure how much of the game it's gonna allow me to play, and I think I would much rather just wait for the full game to come out, which at the moment, there is no concrete release date for it yet. It was supposed to come out last year, but I'm guessing it's been delayed now. But yeah, I still enjoyed that quite a bit. This game definitely had a much higher production value than I was expecting, but then again, it was priced at $25, so I guess the price does actually match the production quality here. So I suppose with that being said, if you want to go and pick up this game, the link is in the description. I do believe this game is available on more platforms than just Steam, but Steam is probably the one platform that you're gonna be playing it on anyway, so, because it's just, you know, the easiest one to access. I don't know, did this game originally come out on Apple Arcade? Because I could have sworn that this was originally an Apple Arcade title, but I didn't mention that at the start of the video because I couldn't remember for certain if it was. That's why I didn't say anything about it, but if I'm wrong about that, please correct me, guys. I'm gonna go and check to see if it is available on Apple Arcade as well, just to confirm my suspicions. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say at this point. That's Tangle Tower. It's quite a lovely, quirky little adventure that I do think you should go and check out if you're into point-and-click adventure games at all, and also like detective games and murder mystery titles, which I'm personally not into, but I feel like the game's quirky sense of humor and its absolutely gorgeous art style more than make up for it. And also the writing in this game is great too, so it's kept me intrigued for this long, and I'll probably try to see this game to the very end and see who killed Freya Fellow. But not in this video because that's gonna take way too damn long. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, as always, and I will be seeing you in the next video I make. Good night.